Howdy guys, Casey Andy here. This is part 2 of my tutorial on how to build an automatic wheat farm. Now, in the last video I explained how to get to this stage, which is basically where your crops are going to go. This one I will be showing you how to get the irrigation system. This step is kind of an optional step. Call this video optional, reason being you don't have to do this. You can just fill it in and put these one higher, but having water here hydrates the blocks and cuts about 3 days off. But anyway, you fill it in with water, making sure that the water's not flowing like so. Now, the hard part is just getting the top onto like this, but you always cover it over. And we're going to take this off like so. And all this needs to be filled in with water, all these trenches. Yeah, the reason it doesn't have to be flowing is because if it flows, it won't hydrate the soil or something like that. Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong, but anyway, once you've got all this water filled up, the next step is, let me just empty out my buckets while I'm at it. Oh, I've just been harvested. Okay, the next step of this is to fill up your buckets again. That's the main thing. With your water, try to find an area like this where it's unlimited water, because otherwise you end up with whirlpools in the middle of nowhere. I'll show you that now actually. But while I harvested the water for this cactus farm here, which I'm not going to pick them up for the time being, you can see along there it is just whirlpools and it's not very pretty. I turned that nether portal off for the time being. Thank you, but I don't need Pork Chop on wheels over there, even if he is trying to interrupt. But anyway, we fill this bit with water. I'm just going to do a row so you can see how it should look. Fill this bit up with water and then cover it over. You must cover it over. Otherwise, when your wheat comes along here, it will just get sort of snagged and washed into there, and it won't flow down the way it should. You'll be winding up with like 2 wheat out of about 100. But yes. And the other thing is, put a back onto this. Remember to crouch down so you don't fall off. What we're going to do is put the back level with this bit here. I know that's still flowing. I'll go out, I'll drop down in a second. But, okay. You put a back onto this like so. Jump down into this flowing water so you don't hurt yourself. And then you put a back onto here. Being careful not to block up the water channel itself, just stop it flowing outwards. Now, I'm just going to set the time to daylight so I don't get jumped by monsters and all that. When you've got this farm out, it tends to help not to set the time if you're on a server, but ooh, I failed that one. Okay, this isn't working. Oh, third time lucky. Just like this video, it's the third attempt at this. Anyway, once you've got the backs onto it, we get the water. I was showing you how to do that, wasn't I? Let's borrow the water from here. I can always top that up in a bit. And this pig is starting to interrupt. Very annoying indeed. But this is how your back should look, like this. And this is where your wheat will be going. Stop interrupting. Your wheat will be going here, it will all be hydrated. Now, I'm going to go into what I call hyperspeed now, and get this finished. And hopefully I'll be able to find some snazzy music to be playing. So, hyperspeed away. Howdy guys, I'm back. I've just been talking for about 5 minutes and I realised that I left my mic on mute. Anyway, what I was saying was you need to test each one of these rows to make sure. I'd accidentally stumbled across unlimited water. Once you've filled one of these rows for the irrigation system, it's unlimited. But what we need to do, you put a bucket of water there, take it up, just make sure it makes it all the way to the end and doesn't flow off the end like this. Now to solve that, I'm just going to move this whole structure back and put one on the end there. That solves that, and next what we have to do is make the time 1 so that we don't get jumped by AI. We have to put a little ledge around here. This dual purpose, it stops the water flowing off and it stops me dying. When I built a few of these mega structures like that cactus farm there, I've just been killed repeatedly. Now, the next step is we do this. This is why it needs to be 3, divisible by 3, so we can get this bit right. But anyway, it's 2 per this thing here. And next, what we have to do is bring it in like this. Fill in the layer here, by the way. If I sound unsure what I'm doing, that's because I usually am. These designs seem to turn out different every time I do it. If there's a more efficient way of doing it, by all means do it that way. So I'm no means an expert at this. I've just done it a few times before, so giving you the benefit of my experience. But what we do it like this to converge it into 3. Then we do this. And remember to put an edge around it as well. Let's just get this converted well. Now, we need to be a couple in. Make sure it's all symmetrical. All these designs need to be symmetrical, purely for the fact if something damages it, like a lightning strike or something, it's a lot easier to put back together, because chances are in even a few days you'll forget what the design, or what makes the design tick. But anyway, the next stage is, I've forgotten to bring some steps, but we might get away with it actually, let's see. Nope. What we need to do is now spread the water, but we just need to test that it will split. So put one down here and make sure it makes it to the end. Like so, that's that one working. The middle one, since we haven't got any better design at the second for the middle, we'll just put it like that. So that one works, and this one works. So, the next step is to go back to my house and get a ladder. Well, that's not actually the next step, that's what I have to do. But we have to go and get a couple of step ladders. And, oh, we needed a diamond pick as well because I've made a mistake there. I hope you guys have been watching this first before trying to build, rather than building while watching this, because as you may have noticed from my previous tutorials, I do make mistakes. I'm not perfect at this. It's my effort to leave these things in the video, you know, unedited. I make mistakes all the time. I say the wrong things, I build the wrong things, I get measurements wrong, but hey, I'm a human being. Anyway, we're going to leave this in the video, even on the Let's Play series. Reason being, some videos can just be too perfect when absolutely nothing goes wrong. You'll find those people have done probably about 6 or 7 takes at it, or edited out the bad bits, reshot them, that sort of thing. But we are here to make some steps, which is very... Oof! Whacked in the face by my own door. Anyway, what we need to do is get some wooden planks, for those of you who are not sure how to do this, and do this. That's how we make steps. Let's make a second step because we got the wood for it. And that's how we make steps. And my tool chest, and we need a pick, and we're probably going to need an axe at some point when I get this wrong. Oh, and we're going to need torches for the part 3 of this video. On part 3, I intend to show you how to improve the farm to stop animals trampling over it, all that sort of thing. It will work perfectly fine as it is now, but it's not exactly automatic. So the more of this you watch, the better on the farm, the better the farm will be, basically. Now, like I said earlier, this doesn't have to be three segments long. It can be as long as you like, or as short as you like, as long as it's always 7 long, or in the last one's case, 8 long. I suppose in one of my next videos I'll link all my staging areas like this together using underground railroads or underwater railroads. I'll make a video showing you how to safely work underwater, because this water is deep if I demonstrate by letting myself sink. Oh, okay, this isn't the deep bit, but over in the bit on the other side of there, it's probably about 15 to 18 blocks deep, and you can't see anything. And yes, we know your opinion on the matter, Mr. Cow. But anyway. Oh, and it helps in the future to have a ladder up like that, so you can easily get up to turn on the harvesting, turn on the waterworks, as it were. But anyway, what we're going to do now is split the water. Now this can be done in a number of different ways. Right, yes, I forgot about this bit. We need to get the axe. Glad I brought it. Like I said, I don't always get it right the first time. This isn't one of the most polished podcasts. Make sure it flows all the way to the bottom, and do the same on the other side. So we take it away here. And that is how you split 1 bucket of water into 6 streams. Now, I'll show you a quick improvement that we could do with this. Let's just put the steps away for a minute. On the edges here, we need to bring it across by 1, maybe even 2 more, but you'll notice on these bits I already have, it's just habit of building these things. I've done that. Reason being, it stops the crops jumping up onto the side here and not going anywhere when you turn on the harvesting. When we've built this floodgate, I'll show you the farm in action, because by this time the other one should have done. But anyway, now we have to enclose this whole bit. Now, enclosing it usually a bit awkward. Reason being, you have to be careful not to cut off the stream. A good way of making sure you don't do this is to put one down. Yeah, see, this is the thing. Sometimes it's so easy just to accidentally cut it off. Let's take this up and reinitiate it.